I don't know if you heard tonight, Chris, but tonight we're teaming up. We're teaming up with Ryback to face Orton, Sheamus, and RVD. And I know we don't always see eye to eye, Chris. And I know we didn't really get along when we were on Smackdown together, but now that we're on Raw, I propose a fresh start. You know, Edge screwed me over on Smackdown. He promised me the World Heavyweight Championship now that he got this general manager role. You know, we were buddies, we were tag team partners, and he left me high and dry. He didn't even keep me on Smackdown, didn't even work his magic, didn't even work behind the scenes to try and keep me there. Instead, he just let me go. I had it all lined up for me, Chris, but it was taken away from me thanks to Monday Night Raw. I don't want to be here, and I know you don't want to be here either. So what I propose is that you and I, we watch out for each other. We make sure messes with us, because we're taking over Monday Night Raw. Trust me, Christian, I know the frustration you're feeling right now. I don't want to be here on Monday Night Raw. I want to be on Smackdown as well, because you know what? I've already been on Raw before. And what did I achieve when I was on Monday Night Raw? Absolutely nothing. I was here on Raw, and I didn't even get in the main shows. I didn't even get on the card some weeks. I didn't even get on pay-per-view. I didn't even get a title shot when I was here. I went to Smackdown, I got the title shots, I got the big headline match at WrestleMania, I got on pay-per-view after pay-per-view after pay-per-view. So starting tonight, Christian, we are taking over, and it starts with Sheamus, the Smackdown reject. It starts with Rob Van Dam, the washed up has-been, and it starts with the Viper, Randy Orton. We're going to kick all their asses, we're going to take this show over, and we're going to show everybody in the WWE Universe that we mean business, that this show is ours, and we are not to be messed with. Well, it looks as though we may have a new alliance between Christian and Chris Jericho. That'll be interesting to see how that develops in coming weeks. But before we get into this episode, I need to address something. Last episode, we had one draft pick that I forgot to put in, so it was for Smackdown. So let's go ahead and get that draft done. Oh baby, CM Punk is going to Smackdown. That may be the one man that Smackdown needs to level up the draft. That is it. The draft is officially over. I forgot to put the draft pick in between the Batista and Ryback match. Thanks for you guys for telling me to put it in. I did it. There you go. CM Punk going to Smackdown. We'll talk more about that soon. As this week's card, we have Kane, Alberto Del Rio, and Dean Ambrose triple threat matchup. That'll be interesting to see. So we've got a lot of new guys coming to Raw. Let's see how they go this week. Another new guy, Dolph Ziggler. He's going to take on the US champion Big E. That will be interesting to see. Naomi and Cameron, they're going to team up to take on the Bella Twins. So the Funkadactyls taking on the Bella Twins. Daniel Bryan will take on Cesaro one-on-one. So Cesaro looking to make a name for himself here on Monday Night Raw once again. The Shield, they're going to take on the new tag team coming over to Raw as well in International Airstrike, a tag team that didn't really get an opportunity on SmackDown, so hopefully they can get a chance on Raw. And the main event we just touched on, thanks to Christian and Jericho, it will be Jericho and Christian with Ryback, and they're going to take on Rob Van Dam, Sheamus, and the WWE Champion, Randy Orton. That is going to be one hell of a main event, so let's kick it off. So the triple threat match, Kane, Del Rio, and Ambrose, it is going to be none other than Kane. So Kane trying to get himself back in the main event picture. We're going to play the Big E and Ziggler matchup. The Funkadactyls, they can't continue their winning form against the Bella Twins. So Brie Bella, she picks up the victory over Naomi. Daniel Bryan defeats Cesaro. Big victory for Daniel Bryan. He needs that. The Shield versus International Airstrike. Wow. Wow, I did not expect that coming. International Airstrike with a huge upset. So welcome to Monday Night Raw. We may have a new tag team on our hands. Ladies and gentlemen, my guest, Dolph Ziggler. Ziggler, tonight you face Big E, the United States Champion. Is this the biggest match for your career thus far here in Universe Mode? Tonight is the night that the show-off debuts on Monday Night Raw. I've been struggling away for months and months and months on Friday Night SmackDown. I got close. I got close many times. But I was just not quite good enough. But now, it's a fresh beginning. Now it's a new start, and it's on a new brand. This is Monday Night Raw. This is Dolph Ziggler's new brand new show. And this is the night where I tell everyone in the back that I'm being business. And Big E, you can kiss that United States Championship goodbye, because I'm telling you right now, I am coming for that championship belt. That belt is going to be around my waist come Extreme Rules, because after I beat you tonight, Paul Heyman will have no choice but to put me in the match against you at Extreme Rules for that US title. And I guarantee you, Big E, after I'm done with you tonight, you're not going to make it to Extreme Rules 100%. Because I am Dolph Ziggler, and I'm here on Raw, and I am ready to show off. Well, Dolph Ziggler, one of many guys that have come over from Smackdown to Raw, looking to make a name for himself on a new brand. Can Ziggler be successful tonight? He's going to have to go through this man, Big E, the United States Champion, who has been dominant. Of course, he won a big six-man over-the-top Battle Royale match at WrestleMania to defend his championship. Many of us did not expect him to win that one, myself included. I really didn't believe that Big E had what it took to beat 5 other men in that matchup, and he proved me wrong. But here comes Ziggler, and let's just say he has not had the best of time here on Universe Mode, but now he's here on Raw. Is this his chance to finally win championship gold here on Universe Mode? He had a couple of opportunities against Wade Barrett over on SmackDown, and I tell you what, just like we've seen with Brock Lesnar, now with Big E, these guys, once they get a championship belt around their waist, they just go to a new level. They're so difficult to beat, and Dolph Ziggler just ran into a near impossible man to defeat, and that was Wade Barrett. So Ziggler now has an opportunity, but he has to go through Big E to get it done. And I tell you what, it's going to be tough times for Dolph Ziggler here on Monday Night Raw. So just because he's been drafted over to a new show doesn't make it any easier. And now with such a high level of talent coming over to Raw at the same time as Ziggler, it's going to be even tougher for Ziggler to make it here on Monday Night Raw. So now at Raw, you think about it, Raw's got a really, really stacked roster right now. You've got a lot of good upper mid-card to lower main event status guys. So a lot of really, really top talent, and a lot of guys looking to break through that mold. You know, there are a lot of guys that are just on the cups of being something special here in Universe Mode. They just need those big wins with that one title reign to get them over the line. So who is going to be that guy? Well, it could be Dolph Ziggler. It could be Big E. We've seen Big E. He was almost making that transition to main event level. You know, of course, we saw him in the Elimination Chamber match. He was really, really impressive there. And now he's still US champion, so perhaps that could still happen for him one day. But for now, you're probably going to be looking at the guys like Del Rio, like Kane, like Christian, Jericho, Ziggler. These guys who have been good, but not great. And these guys need that big win just to get them going here on Universe Mode. So Ziggler, we know he's capable of doing it. We know he's good enough. He just needs to get it together on the night and you know, put 2 and 2 together, and hopefully he can come away with a victory. And he's looking to take it to Big E right now. He sends him back inside the ring. Now going up the top rope. What's he going to do up here? Oh, Famouser off the top rope. Maybe a leg drop, I should probably say. Looked like a Famouser though, and Big E doesn't care about what Ziggler just did. No sells it, gets up, knocks down Dolph Ziggler like it's nothing. Now submission hold, but the rope breaks. So we've seen Big E dominate many guys. We saw him not recently. He destroyed Curtis Axel. Not long before that, it was Bray Wyatt. So he's come through a lot of tough superstars to get away with this US title. He's had to really face a lot of top-tier talent here on Raw. And now that he's seeing all this new breed of superstars coming through, he probably feels as though his title is in more jeopardy, more so than ever right now. A lot of great new talent, like I said, before coming in. So a lot of new guys to come away and perhaps take his title away from Big E. So Big E has come and gone through many guys. So perhaps Ziggler may be added to that list here tonight if he can knock off Ziggler. But if not, well, perhaps we will see Ziggler versus Big E at Extreme Rules. I think Paul Heyman may need to see more of Ziggler before he obviously gives him an opportunity at the pay-per-view. But I think it certainly wouldn't hurt his case, by all means, by knocking off the champ here tonight. So we've also seen Wade Barrett. He's been dominating, even though some new guys are coming through on SmackDown as well. We've seen Barrett continuously dominate everyone on SmackDown, so we're probably going to see him versus Mark Henry. So we know that even though you know, like you lose your championship or you have a couple of victories, you still haven't earned it. You still got to keep going and going, and that's what Wade Barrett's been able to do on SmackDown. So Ziggler needs to go through that kind of run as well. He needs to string together 2, 3, 4 victories even in a row to get himself the title opportunity here. Here's a cover, kick out at none, not even a count. So can Ziggler get that done? I don't know. We haven't really been convinced from him. And here's a submission hold, abdominal stretch. Ziggler could tap. He's in a lot of trouble now. He's trying to fight it. He looks as though he's going to get out of it, though. He looks okay. And an arm drag takes down Big E. So we know Ziggler, he's capable, but he just hasn't been good enough here in Universe Mode. And that's what's worrying me right now. We've seen him. We've been impressed by him, but he continues to let us down when we need him to strike and pounce at the most. And Big E now going outside, maybe turning his attention to that announce table. Yes, he will be. So perhaps we'll see that announce table come into play soon. Ziggler up the top rope, leg drop, Big E counters though, and just moves and shrugs away Dolph Ziggler. And hang on, we can see that big, no, just a power slam, takes down Ziggler, cover 1, and a kick out at 1, shoulder up. So a back and forth match between Ziggler and Big E right now. So I just want to announce as well, guys, the Slammy Awards, they are fully up and running as a famouser. Hang on. Sorry, a zigzag. 2, 3. No! Big E kicks out at 2. You are kidding me. Oh, the shoulder up at the last second. Okay, I was going to say, the Slammy Awards are up and running. All the categories are up over on the website, so make sure you vote for the Slammy Awards. The link to that will be in the description down below. I'm going to close the voting after the next episode of Universe Mode, so there'll be another few days to vote. So make sure you get it in. I will announce all the winners. Obviously, you'll see who won all the polls, and you'll see the awards being given out on the forums. I'm not going to do a video on it because there's really no way I could do a video on it without it being really kind of boring and shitty. So I'm going to save you guys the video, but if you want to know who wins, head over to the forums, BrendenPlayz.com/forums, and there'll be a Slammy Awards section over there. Of course, I'm going to link it in the description down below anyways, and you can see and vote and see who's winning. So I probably will run through the list quickly in the next episode of Universe Mode, if that's something you guys want to do, want to see. Like, obviously, the episode after the Slammy Awards is over, not the next one, the one after probably. So if you want me to do that, I can do that to save you the trouble. Here's a cover, just a kick out of 1. So there's still time to vote, and there's categories like Raw Superstar of the Year, SmackDown, Return of the Year, Match of the Year, Pay-Per-View of the Year, Diva of the Year, Tag Team of the Year, oh my god, OMG, Moment of the Year, or something like that. There's a stack of potential awards to be given out to many superstars, and I think Big E, he was certainly in the running for Raw Superstar of the Year. He takes down Ziggler with a big ending. That is going to be it. 2, but Ziggler kicks out at 2. You are kidding me. These two guys is kicking out of everything right now. Here we go, roll up, and Big E powers out at 1. I thought Ziggler may just have a good Big E in a quick one right there, but belly to belly slam, and Ziggler's fighting, staying alive. So, like I said, Slammy Awards still available, and links to that will be in the description down below. So get involved if you haven't already. Here's a cover 2. Oh, he was close to getting pinned again. And make sure you get involved, and obviously the forums are a great place to go over and chat as well. Anyway, so we see the big time DDT, and Big E kicks out at everything. Is there any stopping Big E? Hang on, counter. I thought Ziggler may be setting up for the zigzag. Uh-oh, Big E's got the big ending. Oh, he hits it. Down goes Ziggler. The shoulder driven straight into the midsection. 1, 2, 3. Well, what a valiant effort from Dolph Ziggler. But Big E, he's just too damn strong, too damn big, too damn good. And look at this. Jumping off, destroying the announce table, driving that shoulder through it. That was one of the highlights of the match, I thought. What a match that was. I really enjoyed that one. I thought Ziggler was going to have it, man. I thought he was so close. But I tell you what, Big E, what a champion he is. He's tough to beat right now. If Ziggler can't beat him, who can? There's a lot of new guys coming through like I discussed, but I think Big E's capable of dispatching each and every one of them and keeping that championship belt around his waist at Extreme Rules and beyond. What a victory from Big E. We'll now move on to our main event match. And here comes Christian. And he was pissed off. He was pissed off that he was drafted to Monday Night Raw. It was pretty heavily rumored and pretty heavily noted that Edge was going to give Christian a bit of a helping hand over on SmackDown. And Paul Heyman, well, he kind of stuck it to Edge by getting Christian over on his brand. Of course, Edge, he struck first by picking Brock Lesnar in the #1 draft pick. So Paul Heyman struck back by picking up Christian. And now Christian looks as though he's going to team up with Jericho, maybe form some kind of alliance or something like that. And looks as though these two guys are on the same page, going to look out for each other's backs while they're here on Raw now. And we saw Chris Jericho, who was defeated by John Cena on main event last week. So his transition to Raw hasn't been a great one thus far, but this is his first match back on Monday Night Raw as a Raw superstar. So here he comes, Jericho. Of course, Jericho was a part of Raw before SummerSlam, where he was traded over to post SummerSlam from Raw to SmackDown. So he was traded to SmackDown, I believe, in the Daniel Bryan trade. And Chris Jericho had a pretty successful career. I'll say he had a pretty good run over on SmackDown. Didn't win championship gold, didn't really achieve anything big, but he was a part of some good big headline matches. You know, he was in the main event of Royal Rumble. He was in the main event of Elimination Chamber. And he had a pretty good match with The Undertaker. And he was unsuccessful in beating the streak. And this man, Ryback, the former World Heavyweight Champion, he's not going to be too happy now. He's on Raw, the former King of SmackDown. He's looking to regain the throne, but this time regain a different throne, the Raw throne that he left behind. Of course, Ryback, he was also traded to SmackDown after SummerSlam as well. So a lot of big trades that occurred post SummerSlam. So Ryback back on Raw. This man, Rob Van Dam, he probably felt as though he wouldn't have minded being drafted over to SmackDown. Of course, RVD was a part of the WrestleMania Battle Royal matchup, where Big E, of course, did retain that title discussed earlier. RVD's kind of been fighting for that US title in recent times. Hasn't been very successful, but RVD, of course, he's been a part of some big matches. Of course, he's a part of one of the nominations for Match of the Year on the Slammy Awards against Brock Lesnar, and TLC match at TLC. And this man, Sheamus, former World Heavyweight Champion, now he's also been drafted over to Raw. So I tell you what, there's an abundance of talent now on Raw, all gunning for this man's WWE Championship. Randy Orton, the man that beat the streak, and I'm talking about Brock Lesnar's undefeated pay-per-view streak here on Universe Mode. He defeated Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 30 to become the new WWE Champion. Of course, at Extreme Rules, we will see Randy Orton versus Brock Lesnar in a 2 out of 3 no disqualification match. So 2 out of 3 falls match, no DQ. So basically Extreme Rules, 2 out of 3 falls. Who the hell is going to walk out as champion out of that one? That is going to be one hell of a fight. And one fall is bad enough, but you give him 2 out of 3, mate, my God, this is going to be one brutal matchup. So I'm looking forward to that. So here we go. We're going to play as Christian. So we're going to play as Christian, Ryback, and Jericho in this one at a random. So wish me luck. I did go down in the last matchup, but a lot of you guys don't really like it when I play the matches because I suck. And I'm actually trying to get a little bit better at the game. I've actually gone ahead and played the game for once. Actually, I haven't even finished the road to, what is it, the WrestleMania 30 storyline. I have only beaten the streak twice. So really, when you think about it, I've only really played Universe Mode. So all the episodes you've seen of WWE 2k14 Universe Mode, that's really the only time you ever see me playing. So I'm trying to get a little bit better so I don't embarrass myself. But it is what it is. Look, man, if I lose, I lose. It's cool. At least it makes it a little bit less predictable, because if I play, there's a chance I may lose. More often than not, I probably will lose. But anyway, so I remember I saw some comments a few videos ago of you guys all crying and complaining at me for playing and losing. But it's all for the fun, man. Look, a lot of you guys believe, what's the point in playing it if I don't doing universe mode if I don't even play the matches. And a lot of you guys say, well, don't play any matches at all. So it's hard to kind of get the balance between, what you guys want and what you guys don't want. So I'm just trying to please everyone. It's hard to do. But if it's not an important matchup, like if it's just a standard matchup like this one, I will play it. But if it's a title match or a number one contender matchup, I don't play it. So it's pretty simple. That's how it's always been here in universe mode. So if you don't like it, well, you know what to do. But this is a big matchup for all 6 of these men involved, because we've got a lot of guys coming over from Raw to SmackDown. Christian, Chris Jericho, Sheamus, Ryback. So pretty much the whole, Jericho, Christian, and Ryback, they're pretty much Team SmackDown taking on Team Raw, except for Sheamus. So a lot of new guys coming through. We've seen them all in this episode of Universe Mode. Just so many new guys. It's going to be really interesting to see where Raw goes, because we saw all these guys on SmackDown. It's not like we haven't seen these guys. I mean, it's not like we haven't seen a really strong roster. SmackDown had a strong roster, but it just was the fact that we didn't have any of these guys as top-tier main event guys. Now, they've come to Raw. They're looking to finally hit their straps, looking to finally make it big as Christian enters this matchup. RVD looking for the tag, gets Sheamus in here. So we've seen Sheamus was the world champion for a week. And ever since he lost the world title, then lost at SummerSlam, he went into, the abyss. He was doing nothing, he just struggled. And we see Rob Van Dam, he's still on Raw. And ever since he left the main event scene, ever since Brock Lesnar defeated him, Rob Van Dam went to doing nothing again. And he had a couple, decent matches here and there, but hasn't really been doing anything of great importance. He's been a part of the US title picture for the past couple of months, but in terms of trying to be the WWE champion, it seems there are RVD's chances of being WWE champion again pretty much slim to none. And Chris Jericho, well, we've seen him, he's been in these top matches, but he just can't win the big one. That was his problem here on Raw, and it's still continued nearly a year later. Chris Jericho is still struggling to win the big one. He still hasn't won the big one here in Universe Mode. And that's really worrying. And now, I guess, he and Christian kind of teaming up, perhaps, forming some kind of alliance, that may be the X Factor, the one component that Chris Jericho needs to finally get him over the line, finally get him that big victory that he needs in his career, to get him going. And I don't know what exactly Chris Jericho and Christian's agenda here is. Are they going to be a tag team? Probably not. Are they just going to be, guys who look up for each other's backs while they're trying to compete for singles gold? Well, from what I see, that's how it's going to be. As a cover, and Sheamus kicks out at 1. So I think that would be very beneficial for both Christian and Chris Jericho, but it's going to be to the point where, if it's a Jericho versus Christian match, number one contender match, then what happens? So, will these guys, really have each other's backs, or will, they just kind of be looking out for their own back? They're trying to make sure that they are getting the title match, that they're their own number one priority right now. And I mean, we'll have to see how it goes. Obviously, Christian, he was a part of the Edge and Christian tag team, and I feel as though Christian just pissed off at Edge, so maybe looking just to get himself someone who can back him up, just some kind of insurance. And I guess Chris Jericho might be a good man to do that. They have a bit of history together, so perhaps he may be the right fit for Christian. And as you can see, Ryback yet to be in the match yet, but former World Heavyweight Champion, and he's really the only guy, I believe, that's coming over from SmackDown to Raw that is coming in to the brand with big momentum behind him. Ryback's probably the biggest pickup that Raw got, because he held the title from Hell in a Cell to WrestleMania. And I feel as though he's going to be the biggest threat to Randy Orton's championship if Brock Lesnar does happen to lose at Extreme Rules. So I think Ryback is one man to be watched, but you can't have to worry. Will Ryback go on a big downward spiral? I mean, we had a match on SmackDown, the previous episode of Universe Mode, where we saw Ryback versus Batista in the World Heavyweight Championship rematch. We saw Ryback lose there. We saw Ryback lose to Brock Lesnar on Raw last week. So now that Ryback's lost his title, is he going to have the same kind of, suffering that all these other champions have had. This same kind of downward spiral. We saw it happen to Cena. We saw it happen to CM Punk. Will it happen to Brock Lesnar? Perhaps. We've seen it happen to Mark Henry. We saw it happen to Big Show, Sheamus. It's happened to all of our world champions throughout the series. Will it happen to Ryback? It may. It seems as though Brock Lesnar has continued his momentum, though. Of course, he defeated Ryback, and a kick out of 2 from Jericho. I think Christian may have gotten himself involved there. Codebreaker, though. RVD in trouble. Jericho, there's no one around. 2, 3. Oh. Jericho had the match won. I thought with a codebreaker that was going to be it for sure. Insert a small package. Jericho kicks out at 2. Very, very lucky there for Jericho and RVD to stay alive in this one. So, like I said before, Ryback, he just needs to continue to win. If he does suffer a few more losses, I get the feeling that Ryback may not be, the king of Raw. I think Ryback is going to be doing a whole lot of nothing. So Ryback needs to make sure he remains a winner here on Universe Mode. And Raw has not been good for Ryback. When Ryback was last here on Raw, he was doing nothing, was barely even getting on Monday Night Raws. So Ryback needs to make sure he does not let that happen again. And I don't think it's going to happen again because Ryback is now main event guy. He's probably the number 2 guy here on Raw right now. Now that CM Punk's now gone to Smackdown, and I'll talk about that in a second. And now Randy Orton's the champion. I think Ryback's in the number 2. So Ryback's next in line for that WWE Championship opportunity. But he's going to have to earn it, though. I think Paul Heyman, even though Ryback's done a bit of favors for Paul Heyman and the Authority, so I feel as though Ryback may get, first priority because of the fact that he has helped out the Authority in the past. So I feel as though Ryback's got that little bit of a connection. I don't think Ryback's going to join the Authority or anything like that, or be the Authority's new champion. But I wouldn't put it past me seeing Ryback trying to represent the Authority or trying to help the Authority take down Orton after Extreme Rules if Lesnar does happen to fail. And like I said before, CM Punk going to SmackDown, that is huge. I probably should have mentioned this before, but that is huge, man. That is probably the best thing for CM Punk. Ever since he lost his championship, he had a couple of other opportunities. He lost his title at Extreme Rules last year, had another opportunity at Vengeance, he lost again, then he had another opportunity against the new champion Brock Lesnar at Night of Champions, where he lost again. So CM Punk hasn't had a good time, and he was a part of some big headline feuds as well. He feuded with the Authority for quite some time too, so he was receiving a lot of punishment there. So I guess now him having a fresh start on SmackDown may be the best thing for him, and I feel as though there's a big spot available for him on SmackDown right now, and CM Punk going to SmackDown could mean big business for SmackDown and big business for CM Punk. So stay tuned for that. That is going to be awesome. I'm looking forward to seeing what he does achieve over on Friday Night SmackDown. And it looks as though Sheamus has got Ryback in a lot of trouble right now. Ryback tags in Christian. RVD gets sent flying. He tried to dropkick Christian, but he missed it. He botched it. And now Christian and Sheamus in the middle of the ring. Here we go with a cover. Referee going down, shoulders down. Oh, Sheamus only going to get to a count. Sheamus too big, too strong, powerful. But take that. A bit of a neck breaker there from Christian. Down goes RVD. Randy Orton avoids the trouble. Oh, takes down Christian. Plants him down. Follows it up with an elbow. Sheamus looking for the cover. Christian's in big trouble. Ryback can't break it up. That is it. Sheamus. He gets his first victory here on Monday Night Raw. His Raw debut is a successful one. What a victory for Sheamus, RVD, and Randy Orton. Sheamus getting the pinfall. Christian going down again. So it means Chris Jericho and Ryback also suffer their first loss in their return to Raw. So big victory for Randy Orton and his partners. So Randy Orton's got a tough match at Extreme Rules, but a bit of momentum coming for Randy Orton's way. Another victory here on Raw. Gonna help Randy Orton try and achieve nearly the impossible of beating Brock Lesnar a second time. Can Randy Orton do it? And can Sheamus and RVD turn their careers around here on Raw? Now, RVD, will he be the next US champion, or is he coming after Randy Orton's title in the future? We'll have to wait and see. what unfolds in the future of Universe Mode here on Monday Night Raw. Ladies and gentlemen, that is all for today's episode. Hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. If you did, please leave a like. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at BrendenPlayz. Like me on Facebook, BrendenPlayz. Link to those in the description down below. Make sure you vote in the Slammies. And of course, have a great day. Thanks guys for watching.